If you're new to this channel, if you're returning, welcome. So, one of my newer hobbies that I've recently picked up is writing. And this is a surprising hobby because I've never been much of a writer. I really enjoy movies. People like Stephen King and John Carpenter really stand out to me. So, with my creative imagination, I figure, let me give a shot to writing. Let me figure out how I can put these interesting thoughts down on paper, and so far everything is going well. So I wrote a short story, and here it is. It's not much, it's just a page front and back, but the point in this story is to keep the viewer, the reader, the listener curious. I want to be able to write stories that make you think. You're not going to get an explanation. There's going to be stuff in this story where you're going to wonder what's next. And I think that's the point, So if you want to leave feedback, let me know how you feel about the story. Go ahead. I will be reading it, Lord willing. And basically this is more of my entry into anthology. So what I want to be able to do, anthology pretty much is basically a cluster of different short stories in one film, in one book or whatever. So I want to eventually get into anthology for both writing and eventually YouTube videos, which you guys will see, and eventually for film, But you got to start somewhere, so we're going to start here. So let's get right into it. The story is titled "The Lighthouse Keeper: A Strange Occurrence at Granite Cove." So I wrote this whole story myself, and I'm the editor, I'm the writer, so I'm very happy and excited about this. Let's get into it. It's autumn again, her favorite season. I always enjoyed the earthy smell of the changing leaves, the way the sandpipers would rain down chirps as they migrated south. Fall is just pleasant, as Ma would say. She pondered these thoughts and more as she peered through the taxi's window. She had arrived just before closing. Welcome to Granite Cove. Eager for company, the new lightkeeper had startled her. Surprised by her cane, the new lightkeeper asked, "How?" Having no other words to soften his curiosity. "I'm blind, been blind since birth. Doctors called it congenital blindness. Basically, my eyes never fully developed." The keeper quickly replied, "Why no service animal?" "I'm self-taught. My late father used to work alongside his dad at this very lighthouse. Every fall, I would help out here, and over the years, I just learned to manage without one." Puzzled by his unique guest, the keeper hastily carried her bags to her room. "Here we are, room 3. Suddenly, the buzzing stops. His ambient scream hesitates as he rips from his chair. That momentary lapse into the thin veil of consciousness had ceased. Curious about his new guest, he races up to her room. Room 3. As he enters, the bed, unbothered, no suitcase, no cane. Diving for an explanation, he leaps towards the window. He sees nothing. Turning to leave, the keeper finds a note on the floor. Reluctant to read its contents, he finds a name. Dun 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 dun. Okay, so that's it. That's pretty much it. Front and back. It's a real short story, but it's a lot to leave to the imagination, and that's the direction I want to go in my writing. I am a quick thinker. I have ideas, I put them down, and I want to move on. So I wasn't trying to write no 500-page book about this girl, this lighthouse, the backstory of the history of the family, why she's got a cane, things like that. I want to do it quick. I want the viewer to think and wonder, who is this girl? How does she navigate with a cane? Who is this lighthouse keeper? Why is he new? What happened to the old keeper? Did they pass away? What state are they in? Why wasn't he able to find her? What's the deal with the chair that he woke up so quickly? What's going on with the story? And I feel like that's my goal with this. You know, the more curious you can be about my stories, the better, because I think you'll remember them more. Anyways, my first ever short story, written, edited, yet to be directed by Kejuan-Marquis. And my goal overall is to start doing anthology films. So eventually I want to have it be to where I write a cluster of different short stories and put them in anthology form. So one story will be about the lighthouse. The next story might be about a sea monster, some sci-fi stuff. The next story could be about romance. Somebody falls in love or something. And they might all have a strange twist at the end. That's my unique style. And I'll do this in book form, comic book form maybe, or maybe YouTube form, which is what I want to start at. And then boom, we can go from YouTube. Eventually, we can put it on a big screen or something like that. You know, who knows? But hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Again, my name is Kejuan-Marquis. Thanks for listening, and see you soon. All right.